Hello, everybody, and welcome to Get Folked. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Get Folked, a casual listening podcast anchored in the realms of folk music with enough slack in the line to bring us into our various worlds of Limerick, Berlin, Cork, and beyond.
Yes.
My name's Andrew. I'm not finished talking yet.
And this interrupting little Nelly is Edward. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow us on your mediums of choice, namely Substack. It has to be Substack. If you don't know what that is, ask somebody cool and they'll tell you.
I recently heard someone else talking about Substack, so as much as we were taking the piss
I'm not
a couple of months ago, there was someone taking the piss. It's been a while since we've gone on a Substack rant, but
yeah. Anyway, but we are on Substack. We're on Instagram and Facebook, and soon to be YouTube. In fact, I'm recording this in HD. That stands for high definition. And you're going to catch us all in all our glory. We're joined by a very special guest,
Irene.
second time guest,
a return
full-time
guest.
listener, second time guest.
Yeah, a repeat offender. That's what she is. And
Thanks for having me.
you're welcome. Thanks for joining us. And all of our voices, you've probably noticed, are a little bit worse for wear because last night, last night, we were out hunting the wren. And I put a little post on Instagram yesterday to say we're doing so. And we were doing it in Mitchelstown. I'm not sure that was clear from the post. I did say hashtag or at Mitchelstown or hashtag. Look, I'm really a novice at that sort of stuff anyway, so I think I might have fucked that up. But there was a really cool gladiator quote that I put in there that really makes sense if you read the whole thing. I think it works. I just forgot to say the name of the town that we were hunting in. But just small details. But we had a great time.
Oh, but if you were a full-time listener to the podcast, you would have heard it in previous episodes, and you know.
But we want to welcome everyone. We're an open door. We're an open society. So we went to several pubs, and I suppose today we'll be kind of talking the same level of high intellect, high octane content that we normally do, but it'll be surrounded by padded out with the subject of the wren hunt that we did yesterday, which is in Mitchelstown, some of the finest pubs in Ireland, let me tell you. Some of the finest pints of Guinness.
No, the resident of Mitchelstown shouldn't be sniggering at that. I don't know. I think
I concur. Yeah.
They're all the pubs have lovely bottoms.
Well, Irene, you were described yesterday as our Sherpa. Through the wren, you were guiding us through.
Who described me as that?
I think it was Andy. I think
I like the idea of you being a Sherpa.
Yeah.
An actual Sherpa.
Yeah, I didn't carry any heavy loads on my back, but I shook the bucket. Shook the bucket,
which got very heavy towards the end.
Yeah.
Fair,
Yeah. In fairness, you navigated us around the town of Mitchelstown. Just actually for anyone that is not of Irish descent and listening, Mitchelstown is a I would say a medium-sized town. Medium-sized town. I look at a population of 3,500 to 4,000. Done my research.
Did you count all those people last night? How did you know that?
3,500 plus.
Named after Saint Michael, Mitchelstown, and it's a town that is. Would you describe it kind of centrish Ireland? Would you? No, southwest.
Oh, it's North Cork. Yeah, you would say. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I actually don't know. The local is not in the room.
But yeah, a small town, southwest,
Midlandy.
North Cork, southwest of Ireland, and and the reason we're here is because our good friend Irene has laid down her roots here, and she's infested the local area with her.
As a fungus might the brain of an ant. Is now controlling that ant. You know that fungus that does that? That's like a mushroom. Are you familiar with that? A fungus?
That controls, I am.
Kind of gets in and it kind of starts controlling
Infects.
the ant. I don't know if it infects. I think it just cohabitates the
So
ants.
far, I'm a Sherpa and now a fungus.
So talented. So my point is, whatever form you experience Irene in, it's going to be a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pleasure.
Yeah. Well, you might have to get a cream for the old fungus. It might cause an itch. I don't cause an itch.
I've tried all the creams, Irene. I've tried them all.
I know. Mitchelstown has been good to me so far in my 3 years of being a resident.
Yeah.
It's a good spot. I
Yeah.
wouldn't bring you to a shithole.
No, it was very good. We really enjoyed it. But our voices are a little bit more croaky, I would say, gravelly than they normally would be. Because we just gave it everything. We give it all. We give it all every time we come to hunt the wren, and last night was no different. And we were collecting for a very worthy cause. Excuse me, the Special Friends charity based in Mitchelstown. Actually, do you know what? I don't know. Is it a nationwide thing, and this is just a local chapter that we collected for, or was that is just a Mitchelstown thing?
It's pure Mitchelstown,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
nice.
just local to Mitchelstown. So people were fierce generous.
They were, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people knew, were familiar with it and familiar with their work as well. So it's always nice to kind of collect.
Do you want to
something
tell,
local.
what do they do actually, Irene?
So it is a voluntary group that bring kids, kids with Down syndrome or additional needs or some disabilities, and they basically bring them out for days out and give them experiences and maybe give parents a bit of respite. And so it's just local fundraising. But we'll say I know one of my neighbours is one of the committee of it, and so they were so grateful to hear that they were chosen for this year's Wren
Nice.
as the charity. So do you want to say how you got on?
Well, actually, first I want to
Don't tell us how to run this podcast.
Sorry,
We'll fucking decide when
I need to be late here.
when we remember what to
Sherpa
do.
time's
then we
over.
do it.
Yeah.
You're not a Sherpa anymore. Now you're back to fungus. You're full-time fungus again, Irene.
I want to go back to your pronunciation of the word committee.
Committee.
No, just you're not a committee person.
Oh,
so
committee. No.
I do hear a lot of people saying committee
Mm.
in a non-ironic way, and I always think it sounds strange. So committee, it wouldn't be a committee. Committee. It's just
Now
committee,
you're making
right?
the word sound really, really strange.
Yeah, it does make
Yeah.
sound strange. But have you never heard people say committee?
Oh, I have,
Yeah.
but in Pistic.
Really,
kind of.
only Pistic.
Yeah.
A lot of people in Tip, I think, say
I think
that
it could be a
specific-
Tipperary
I think
thing.
so as well. Yeah,
Mm.
I've heard a lot of people say committee.
Mm.
It always makes it sound grander than what I think it actually might be. Like the hall committee. It's, you know what I mean? Like makes it sound like the grand wizards are sitting there, whereas in reality they're not wizards.
No.
Anyway, that's my take on that. But
However, the people on the Special Friends Committee are wizards.
our wizards,
Yeah.
witches and wizards,
Witches.
every one of them, wonderful witches and wonderful wizards.
We got to run into in one of the pubs as well, a good nice group of the children and the parents and the committee
Yeah.
members in one of the pubs that we arrived in. And yeah, I guess we're the numbers are still being counted because there's still people counting. Are still people telling us that they want to donate money, but we're going to be, I think, in the range just over €2,000. Excuse me. Like everyone else, I'm also croaky, and I'm also croaky. Croquet, as we say. Croquet. I am feeling croquet.
In Tipperary, that's what we say.
In Tipperary, that's what we say.
Yeah, it gets confusing when we start playing croquet. So we make up another
And
word.
eating croquettes.
Croquet.
Yes.
Oh man! And when you get the croquet committee, eating croquet.
To make some tea. This is all of what the Wren was yesterday. It was just us ad-libbing, making up rhymes on the spot. It was amazing. It was like a poetry jam.
Yeah, I guess we can.
Impromptu poetry jam.
It was very good. Probably a good idea then just to go kind of, I guess, chronologically through the wanderings of these bars. And
Yeah.
and what was the name of the first bar we were in?
The first bar was the tavern.
Tavern. Very nice, yes. And I'm not going to say it was a tough start because it was middle of the day, and it always is the start of any wren hunt that we have done over the last 15 years.
Yeah.
15 years of wren hunting. The first bar because you're in the middle of that day where there's a lot of sport off and on television. 2 people haven't had enough drink yet.
And fully appreciate how good we are. They need a lot of drink to just fully.
And 3, we're like, you know, we're performing in this environment where we're also not probably liquidated enough. Liquidated? Is that, I think that's the correct
moisturized.
Word. We do. Once we get the moisturizer. We get moisturized.
2 pints of moisturizer, please.
It's a very strange show. It touches on burlesque. I feel a little bit by that time.
Well, those nipple tassels really do steer it in that direction. All right. It was a new addition this year, wasn't it? The nipple tassels. I still haven't nailed how to swing them. To swing around. But
it is. It's more of an up-down motion.
It's an art. It's an art. It is an art form. It's the last art form, actually. I think we'll get it for next year, 2025.
So we had
Mitchelstown.
We sang 3 or 4 or 5 songs, and also got a huge cheer at one point. Huge cheer out of nowhere,
off the scale cheer.
I don't think it was anything to do with Chelsea going 2-1 down in the football match.
It was Fulham.
It just happened at the same time. But.
I think it was just the Rolling. I think it was the Rolling Stones song. Maybe I was singing at the time, and they just love the Rolling Stones.
I did unbutton one button of my shirt as well at that same.
It's all.
I think could have been it as well.
It's the collection. It's the collection of the, you know. We appeal to many of the senses. That's what we do. The ears, the eyes.
I do get worried when we start appealing to the sense of smell. People's sense of smell. When they catch us on that sense, we're doing something wrong. It's usually negative. Only bad press is coming from that one.
The world is full of many people that like many weird things, Ed. So I wouldn't, as we've talked many times, you know, come to Berlin, you'll find your smell clubs.
What is strange is wonderful. Except for that smell. It's terrible.
Please leave.
That's strange.
So we left after that, and we wandered up the road and ran into some locals that were known to our Sherpa. They were not Sherpas themselves. They were outside of the Sherpa business.
Trainee Sherpas.
And they just, as people often do when they see a charity such as Special Friends, just give money. Don't question what we do or how well we do it.
We have honest faces. Plus the smell. They wanted the smell to leave.
We do. Luckily, we were outside though as well, so that was helped with the circulation. And we played a little song for them on the street. And then we got it was almost fate that the owner of a bar just down the road called the
Ramble Inn
was within earshot, and he liked what he heard. He liked it, and we were invited into the Ramble Inn to play a couple of sets, and that's where we met up with the Special Friends group and the committee that were there, and also Kjoltis were in there as well, which is always, we love running into really good musicians when we travel around on these days, because you know we just blend perfectly in with super talented musicians.
So seamless.
And maybe you want to give us a sample there of what it was like in the old in the Ramble Inn. Here's a little rendition.
Is this a talented musician or is this us?
We'll judge not lest you be judged.
So that answers that question.
Raw time. I think someone dropped it at you can hear at the very end of that clip. I do hope that clip is louder in the recording. But someone dropped like a toy train or something like that. I do actually remember that moment. But that was me. And I'll let you judge the talent or not.
It's beautiful.
But the rare old times, which is always Stephen's Day is like, it's a funny day because as much as you get all these beautiful songs that you'd love to sing kind of and ones that kind of are great Irish kind of, and the Rare Old Times is a great Irish song. You need anthemy ones, don't you?
I don't know. That one really pulled them in though. And because
it's got all this nostalgia.
Yeah, because we were going in there and I know we're kind of mentioning about dropping into where other people are playing music, but you do feel like you're slightly maybe interrupting people and they have their own things that they want to do. So, you know, you just kind of have to be a little bit kind of not wary, but like respectful, I suppose. But sure, that's the same everywhere, I guess. But like, so that song is very nice. It was really nice to kind of sing that one. Everyone likes that song. I mean, it'd be hard to go in there because we have this running joke about stupid song decisions that I make and have made over the years that, you know, in situations that don't work. The example that we gave in the podcast was at a certain public event where I decided to sing Fuck Her Gently by Tenacious D, which was a really bad idea. And so now every time we're stuck for a song, Andy will say to me, I'm sing Fuck Her Gently by Tenacious D, which doesn't help me try and think of another song, because then all I can think about is that song. But no, like that's a really nice song choice. So
I'm glad you didn't pull that out of the bag.
Oh my God,
the special friends and the kids.
Yeah, because in that pub, it was a really large open bar, and it was all full of families with their kids and everything. And it was
a
like
tea stand,
coffee,
tea and coffee, a lot of overheads,
sandwiches,
a lot of overheads, and a lot of kids, and it was a really nice vibe, really nice setting. So yeah, Fuck Her Gently by Tenacious D would not have gone down very well there.
I do wonder how far would you have got to the end of it? would it you know, if we lost all respect for ourselves and the world around us?
Yeah,
you know, we haven't like in fairness, we haven't let the podcast get to our heads yet, and we're grounded.
We are.
We're well grounded. You know, we have good families, good strong families.
We're in touch with the common people.
The common.
Hello, that's me. That's me. That's me. That's the fungus.
That's the fungus speaking. I'm in your brain now.
I went very close there. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Just to digress, Irene. So we're just looking around your sitting room. I hope you don't mind me just kind of observing your sitting room.
Yeah.
There's two teddies in the corner there, and one of them looks like the kind of the insurance dude or something like that.
Yeah.
We buy any car or
when I was living in England. I got my insurance through Meerkat.
That is the actual meerkat.
Yeah.
And who's the fellow with the glasses?
Sergio.
Who's Sergio?
The meerkat.
No, Sergio's the meerkat. There's an old fellow with glasses there.
Literally, that's the reason why I went with that insurance company, was to get that teddy. Yeah. And beside him, which I cannot believe, you are living out of this country for too long.
It's our president.
Yes.
It's our
sinful
president, Mr.
and
Higgins.
shameful.
My apologies. Now, I have to say that both looks size-wise bigger and also more realistic than the real Mr. Higgins. It's quite an authentic. Quite an authentic.
Life size.
Just start greasing. Hello, good day, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Good day, sir.
Miggledy. He makes sound. You make sound. You want me to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this. Yeah. Okay.
He makes sound. Oh, my God.
We're going multimedia here on this podcast.
Irene's up and moving across. You can hear the microphone. She's moving Sherpa-like across the table.
Sure-footed. So sure. Here we go.
That's so funny. So
now, what's most amusing about that is the fact that the song comes out with the teddy bear's arse. And now
is Gráil am Héireann. I'll translate them for them, the listeners, the Irish, the Olascoil guy. That's I love Ireland, I believe.
Good job, Andy. Yeah. So
sorry, I got distracted there by the teddies in the corner there.
It is a really pleasantly distracting. Just to hear Irene's microphone stand doing it all turned.
Can you hear that?
Oh yeah. It sounded good though. It sounded really good. But it's a really nice setting. I have to say, it's really relaxing. I like it. I like sitting in a sitting room doing this in person.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's definitely better than the
stud house. Are you thinking of the stud house? There's not a stud to be seen. No.
So so we sang a few songs in the Ramble Inn, and they played a few tunes for us as well. And a lot of the kids and adults were.
I don't want to call it a battle, but that's what it felt like.
It felt like a bit of a throwdown. All right,
we were just missing a few breakdancers, and would have been away in a hack. Something controversial happened.
And again, the nipple tassels again probably weren't suitable again. But listen, we are not afraid to push the boat out on on this Wren hunt.
It's hard to pick the right moment for the nipple tassels, though. To be fair, like you're either really overshooting the runway, or you're too late at the party.
But I think it was a nice what's the word, contrast between the solemnity of rare old times and me swinging my
nipple tassels.
My nipple tassels around. So I think, again, it's all about the blend. It's all about the blend.
Yeah, the yin and yang.
The yin and yang.
Yeah. Speaking of nipple tassels, something controversial happened in the wandering. Is that what it's called? Rambling in. Compliments were given and.
Oh yes, we were approached. Yeah, go on. You want to tell your own story of boy band poster boy.
Well, just look, we were approached afterwards. I don't want to say that. I don't know how to say this. It's like, do you know the way when like a really big star has to leave through the back entrance of a gig, but all the fans kind of manage to find out that he's leaving there, and he still has to fucking sign autographs and meet and greet and all that. That's kind of what happened to me last night. So like kind of like that. Yeah.
One woman in a leather.
One woman, and I'm pretty sure some nipple tassels. If I'm reading it right, I think possibly nipple tassels as well. And
I just don't think there was any reason for comparison between our voices. But she decided
she saw the necessity to
compare my voice with Eddie's voice, and told me my voice is lovely.
But this guy.
That's
what she said. This guy. And her voice dropped like that. So I think
which, you should never,
oh my God.
Just a little suggestion to any fans out there, or even partners, lovers, just give someone a compliment and don't do the comparison. You make love beautifully.
But this guy.
But this guy.
But this guy. I'll tell you, I haven't seen plowing like that since the plowing championship in 1984. Unbelievable.
Goes to everything. You mop that floor really well, but this guy really, really soaks up the dirt. I don't know. Works in her.
How do you compliment somebody for mopping the floor? It's a hard one, actually. You mop really well. Anyway, the point is, as of last night, I'm a fan of the comparison. I like being.
I think when I
was told afterwards that maybe there was an ulterior motive for that compliment, that perhaps Deirdre was going to have to get into a fight for what's hers.
Oh, she wanted to get into your panties.
Thanks for sharing with everyone that I wear panties, Irene. Panties and nipple tassels. That's my new look. She just wanted them. She wanted to get into them herself. That's what it was. Anyway, I accepted the compliment with grace and poise, as you can hear,
and we wandered on.
We moved on. Had a nice bit of a walk through the
back street.
The back street.
Which I was with your sister actually when walking through there, and Dee and so I guess we should say, so we were actually hunting the Wren this year with there was a squad of 4 musicians this year, myself and Ed, and Ed's sister Carol, who played the guitar and sang beautifully, and then Steve the beat drum was also there beating his drum or his cajon, and so the 4 of us. But I was wandering through that, and the walk was really nice. And there was one part of it there was like Carol actually comment on it, saying it's got a very Georgian feel to it.
Oh, yeah.
And it is actually. I looked it up then afterwards that it is kind of
it's King Square.
Yeah. Interesting place, because it does have that feel of like, when I looked it up, it was like originally it was kind of built for like older people, kind of to where they would kind of go to retire and kind of be a kind of a retirement spot for the local, I guess, gentry, not the local Irishmen.
Yeah, probably gentry, all right.
Yeah, still that way.
Are there still gentry?
No, but I suppose the people who live in those houses be well off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
So it's quite nice. It's quite a very, very pleasant walk, and the weather is very nice in Ireland at the moment, surprisingly so. So it was a good day for Wren hunting, and we wandered up to a little bar called Todd's, was it?
Yeah.
Todd's
nice.
Next. Will I play the clip from Todd's?
We actually have 2 clips from Todd's. We can... Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay, off you go. Play a little clip there, Tots.
There you go. That's Todd's now. Summer. What's it what's that song? No, what's that song called actually?
Summer Flies.
Is it?
Jesus, I think so. No, yeah, it was because we were jumping between Fireflies, Summer Fireflies, Summer Flies.
Okay.
Like I was hoping that you were more kind of in tune with what this. You know that song, Harry?
I know it, but I didn't know the name.
Summer Flies. Do you know who sings it
Yeah.
originally, or is it like quite an old folk song, or is it a? There you go. The research is out the window.
Leave that one with me. It's just processing.
We'll get that next week. But that was Carol singing that.
Housekeeping.
We're not at our fastest there this morning. To be fair, we've done a lot of work. If you could see the room, like behind the camera,
There's a lot of wires.
We've put so much effort into this.
Yeah. We focus more on aesthetics for this one as well.
Not content,
not content,
or character, or anything like that. It's all the look, you know. Carol. So Carol sang that one, and we were accompanied then as well, also by 4 musicians who were in the Sugar. What's the name of it? Todd's. And they were very good. One, to be honest, I only know 2 of them by kind of name, and I got one their name. Do you know when you're so sure of somebody's name, there's not even a shadow of a doubt in your mind, and you're 100% certain that that's their name, and you like directly to their face call them that name, and you find out afterwards it's not their name. It's very embarrassing. That happened to me last night. So there's a guy. I think I can say his name. He'd be okay with me saying.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So his name is. I'm going to take you back. So I'm sitting there on the couch, and there's a guy beside me. He's playing a guitar. Excellent singer and harmonizer. Absolutely fantastic. And then beside him is a guy called Mick the Flute. Bear with me now, Mick the Flute. And he was just playing like a mad joke on harmonicas, tin whistles, flutes, the whole lot. He's a really talented guy. And like every time he did something good, I was like, "Oh, well done, Mick. Mick, you legend. Mick the Flute. Mick, you're brilliant. Mick, good job, Mick. How congratulations, Mick. Love you, Mick." Oh, this is crack. And then we played. And then we kind of finished up and finished a pint. I started going into the Jacks. And, some good conversations happened at the urinals. And when you know it, a guy came in and I was chatting to him at the urinals. And I was like, "Oh, geez, your man Mick on the flute was unbelievable, isn't he? Mick the Flute, isn't that his name?" He's like, "You mean Jack?" I went, "No, I mean Mick." He went, "No, his name is Jack." "No, it says the guy beside him, I'd say you're thinking of. The guy with the flute is Mick," I said. He goes, No, that's not, his name is Jack the Flute. I was like, "Are you 100% certain his name is Jack?" He's like, "I've known him my entire life. He's my father." I'm like, "Right."
But are you certain?
Oh, it was the son.
Are you certain he's your father? Because
I am your father.
it was his son. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say you're probably right."
Sorry.
So then I had to go back out to the pub, wash my hands, go back out to the pub, and just say apologize to Jack the Flute, because his name is in fact Jack the Flute. I don't know where I got Mick from. But yeah.
Funny thing is though, I don't think I saw him playing a flute. If I'd actually think back on, like he had a plethora of instruments in front of him, but he had low whistles, tin whistles, harmonicas.
You're right, actually.
But so I think he needs to kind of
we need to rebrand
him.
Yeah.
Willie the Whistle.
His name's still Jack.
Yeah,
Jack has to stay constant.
Shit. I'm not getting his name thing at all. Fuck it, anyway. So anyway, yeah, his young lad sang a lovely song, the Dixie Rose. He did a lovely job on it as well. It's great. And his young lad's probably 20, I'd say. And I don't know what it is. I just love, I love seeing like younger people as well, even singing songs and getting into songs like that. And it was really, really nice and lovely guy. And we kept on meeting him then at other pubs afterwards as well, and having good old crack at him, So that was really, really nice. So I'd like to thank him for telling me his dad's name. and for that lovely urinal conversation. It's very, very pleasant.
Big shout out to Jack and all his children.
But in particular, that child.
All the children.
Anyway,
Jack's children. Actually,
I have a clip from Jack. Jack the flute playing the whistle.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. This is Jack the flute. Not playing with us, playing with his
No flute.
You ready?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, it's do you know what? That's a lovely song, and like I said, there was 4 of them playing. So it was Jack, the guy sitting next to Jack, who would be like an older vintage than ourselves, slightly, although we're catching up on him. That's not really
nice
possible,
way
is
to
it?
describe an older person,
Yeah.
an older vintage than ourselves.
But like gifted. So that was the man you heard singing. Then they had another fella on the banjo, and then they had Jack's young lad playing the bodhrán, and they were really good. And just before they played that song, your man who was singing turned to me and goes, "Look, this is a handy one. You'll join in yourselves, you know." And then he went on to play the most fucking complicated song I've ever fucking. You know like someone should be standing next to that guy with a fire extinguisher. The fucking neck and the guitar was about to burst in flames. It was going down it so much. It's unreal. They were just so good. So that's another. That's like you said already. Between that and the ramble,
Sounds like he set you up, Ed, though.
It sounds like it was this actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yourself and Mick there, fucking play there, fucking gobshite. Fucker doesn't even know this lad's name.
It was really nice, and also just a shout out to Steve as well, who sadly is not with us today.
He's just gone home. He's still alive.
He is alive.
He's still alive. Just gone home.
But yeah, because while I did reference Steve the Beat for his Cojon playing. He actually sang a couple of songs throughout the day as well, and he sang a very sweet moment. His niece was in the bar. And a big shout out to his niece, who someone said she was going to sing a song, and I guess she must be like 9, 8, 9 years. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'd say so around that.
And she just said, I'm going to sing a song, and it was just the most adorable thing, and also kind of very impressive that someone would get up in front of a bar full of people and say they're going to sing a song, but she'd only sing with her uncle, and they sang the Rattling Bog, and that was I didn't get a recording of that yet, but I say yet because all of these recordings that we have are sent to us by people who are watching us play, and then I go through a complicated procedure of converting those files from video files to audio files, and then converting those audio files into clips, which don't work. And then Ed comes along and fixes it. But if you do get to listen to this little bit of the podcast, Steve's niece, well done. You rocked it. As did you, Steve. As did you many times throughout the day. In Rattling Bog, and what was the other one? Seven Drunken Nights.
Seven Drunken Nights, yeah. Seven Drunken Nights always went down very well. Really nice. So thanks a lot, man. Yeah, it was great. And again, another. Do you know what? Another thing I love is how shit. I'm going to say shit. Like I can be good at certain things and then just really shit at other things. Okay, I acknowledge that. But so funny sometimes when you're exposed in front of a load of people at the shit thing that you can do, you know. So like, case in point, Steve turned to me and he goes, "Hey, we're going to play the Rattling Bog." And I'm like, "Grand, okay." I thought I'd have a couple of seconds to kind of go over the notes. I mean, it's the fucking Rattling Bog. I mean, you should be able to play it. You know what I mean? But fuck me, I just fucked up every single note. And it was so embarrassing, you know, because I just didn't have the few seconds just to kind of. And then you're accompanying this girl, and she's playing for it. Like she's probably looking at me. She's like, "Get it together, man. Get it together." I'm letting her down
because you were on the banjo as well for that song. It was kind of nice because, you know, if the song goes like, and the tree and the branch and the tree and the hole and the hole and the bog down in the valley, which has that banjo part, ding 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 ding.
So
but when we're kind of going, and it's tree and the hole and the next thing ding 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 ding, and it's like, oh no,
too soon,
not yet. But it's because the banjo is so crisp and clear, it just kind of But there's many of those moments throughout the entire day of just a sideways look to each other going like, you fucked up.
You fucked up there. I know you fucked up. You know you fucked up. Let's have a laugh about now. But, yeah. That's exactly it. It's the day of fucking up and laughing at it and having a few drinks and having a crack.
I throw in a few cannons now and again. You know, I like to
a few cannons.
As in, I think they're cannons, kind of canon-esque, kind of like just where I repeat the word you've said.
Oh, is that what that's called?
Well, it is when a canon is when like, what's the famous canon song? We could actually attempt one here now. I was trying to remember what's one of the songs that.
Is that like Bing Crosby and what's his name, David Bowie?
No. Oh God, I'm not going to think of it now. It's like.
This is really good broadcasting.
Yeah, not. I'll do a canon for everyone next week.
Cool.
Cool. Sorry. Anyways, Todd's. Yeah, so Todd's great session. Nice little, cute little, small little bar as well. So, but a lot of drinkers out in Mitchelstown yesterday.
Really
impressive.
Every bar was pretty full, and that one was nice because there was more people, less interest in the sport there, and more in the crack.
And I really like as well how intense drunk people, once they see a child standing up to sing in front of them, they're like, okay, everyone needs to calm down and respect this.
Someone got up and did a speech after she said, and I didn't understand a word he said.
Something along the lines of, if we can't raise money for this girl, then we can't raise money for anything. And she was like, you're not raising money for me. But I think while his heart was in the right place, I think he might have misunderstood what was going on. But
a lot of confidence. He had a lot of confidence, though, and the confidence to stand up. And then I stood up and I said, if we can't raise money for this guy, then what do we all do?
And Ed, his name is Jack. His name is, say it again, Jack. Jack the flute, not Mick the flute. So that was that pub. And then we took a wander down the hill.
To your local next,
down
wasn't
to
it?
the Bowron.
Yeah, that's the local.
And you know what? We've no record of the Bowron.
We will get one.
Yeah, they're probably there, but we haven't located one up until this point of the day that's in it.
That's your local. That's where you'd consider your local.
That would be.
I love that pub. It's very, very nice. A lot of, to be honest with you, though, right? I was going to say the Bowron. It's got like a lot of mad people. Not mad people. I don't mean mad in a bad way. I mean mad in a very, very positive way.
Only the best way.
To be honest with you, all of Mitchelstown seems to have a lot of mad people in it, doesn't it?
But in a good way.
In a very good way.
In a really
like in a very positive, high energy,
And
up for the crack.
Like, I've settled very well here.
Yes, you found your people.
Found my people.
Found your Sherpa clan.
Yeah.
The Sherpa committee.
Yeah.
She started a full committee.
But they love the crack.
They do.
Yeah.
They really do like the crack, you know. And it's like the amount of people who stopped us in the street. Well, actually, I would say the amount of people, 2 people. I mean the sheer volume, 2 people who stopped us and gave money in the bucket, and then we'd play a song for them. Do you know what I mean? It was really, really nice, you know. And then we'd have a little dance with them and the whole lot. I mean, these are, you know, very, very, very good fun. It's good fun, you know. And but the Bowron was great. But I did have to laugh. We went in there, and one of our group, we set up shop right opposite this table of like younger people, and he took the piss out of us saying, "Oh, you're trying to get rid of the younger people, basically, because basically our appeal wouldn't be to the younger demographic, maybe."
Even though I was wearing a baseball hat, which I thought was going to nail it with all the young people. Turns out Irish people don't really wear. I didn't see another baseball hat the whole day.
No.
I was sole. But listen,
we were drowning in nipple tassels, so.
Which did
drowning in them.
I never actually.
All men, all the dudes, just all dudes. New thing.
Yeah, we played 2 sets then in the Bowron, one up in the front bar because it's a long old bar. And anyone that's kind of listening, not from Ireland, or indeed if you are from Ireland, give Mitchelstown a visit because it's quite a nice town with not a lot of bars, and there's not. Even though I believe there was a lot more bars back in the day, but that kind of.
Oh, Jesus.
Like everything else, it's dwindling. But some cracking bars, and still kind of got a good few of them still have the kind of classic old feel to it. The Bowron being one, and Todd's being another as well. Where we visited after Todd's was more let's say modern. Became a bit more modern.
After the Bowron. Or was it after Todd's or after the Bowron? After the Bowron.
After the Bowron, yeah.
Yeah,
we Bowron.
But just on the Bowron again as well.
No, I've moved on it. I'm chronologically right.
You're like the person gone, no, I don't need the Sherpa. I don't need the rest of the climbing crew. I'm going up that.
I'm a
going up
Sherpa.
there first.
I'm a Sherpa. I don't need anyone with me.
I'm a shirtless Sherpa.
That's your job. Go on, sorry.
Just the Bowron. I fucking forgot.
Turn this donkey around. Come back to you. Come on.
They're not as good going down the hill, actually, donkeys, I don't think. They're better going up the hill.
Have you ever actually had a Sherpa or used gone anywhere?
No, I believe you have though, haven't you?
I did. We went to Morocco. Yeah, we did a 3-day hike through the Atlas Mountains with an actual donkey. There was a donkey there as well.
I think the hardest thing about that trip for the Sherpa for you was anytime he was standing downwind.
It was all going swimmingly. So yeah, we would go with this guy. Like it was 3 days, and it was a hard fucking hike. And the hard thing about it is, you spend like 3 days getting there, but then it's like, all right, we're heading back now. 1 day, you have to go back all the way back 1 day, and it's just like, so you have like a 7 or 8 hour hike on the way back, but all the way there you're like 3 hours just kind of enjoying the views and stuff like that. But when we got to the base camp of what's the top of, I don't know, I can't remember now, the top of the Atlas Mountains. Anyways. But when we got there, like
do you know Irene?
No. I've no been.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
But so he would cook our food, the food. Oh God, my voice. He would cook our food as we went along as well. Like, and it was usually just kind of rice, and he would make a kind of a bed of stones, and sometimes often meat, like lamb. There was like he'd just throw a hunk of lamb there. And the day we got to base camp, and it all went bad. Base camp for me, oh my God, it just like
didn't agree with you.
No, and it's all so base camp is like, it's a dormitory, so you might as well be, you're staying in kind of a hostel thing, but there's no common room where people are hanging out watching TV. It's like just like beds, and it's and there was one little kiosk, and you had to buy your toilet paper, but the toilet paper was not. I was a couple of hours struggling with my bowel, and honest to God, it was like a laxative. I had taken a laxative and I do blame him. I do blame the chef. I don't think there was nothing else in my system except from what he was putting into it. And oh Jesus Christ, it was like, and we had to be up at 6 a.m. that morning to hike to the top. So you had to get up at nighttime. Black dark. I don't remember the climb, the last climb, the final climb to the top. There's pictures of me, and I do look green.
Oh my God.
It's just like I was just a robot just going forward. But luckily, I had emptied everything out of my system. I must have bought toilet paper because I don't remember it being any kind of that messy. But
the stone is not absorbent at all.
Oh, what a great memory to have.
So, yeah, that's my Sherpa. So that's what all this talk of Sherpas is bringing me back now. Yeah, so I guess
I'm even feeling more special to be called one.
You sidestepped that landmine, Irene, by sending us the Supermax last night. We got the Supermax. Although maybe we haven't. Maybe that particular landmine, there's a delayed reaction.
I had a different Sherpa. I had a different Sherpa bringing me to Supermax though as well. I found a perfect Sherpa for Supermax. She went and get asking guards. Where's the
yes.
So she did well. Another. I find the good ones, but
three pizzas in Supermax at 12 o'clock in the morning. That was good going.
It's another kind of like, you want to kind of see authentic, like, when people go like, oh, do you like going to zoos? No, well, I've been to Africa. I've seen the wilds of so I can't really go to zoos. When people say they've gone to Chippers, it's like, no, you haven't, because you have to go to Mitchelstown when all the bars close and the entire wildlife of the town just converges in a hungry state of inebriation, and just like it's just ordering pizzas and burgers. It's wild there.
I think somebody commented on this morning how hilarious it is that there's no semblance of a queuing or numbering system to the orders. It's all just like cheeseburgers.
It's very Wall Street.
Buy, sell, buy. I want 2 shares of hamburger and 5 shares of chips.
And everyone behind the counter is getting thick because nobody's being respectful. But everyone is like, I saw one girl like just talking to the poor woman that was making the pizzas. She got, Jesus, for fuck's sake, it's just 2 pepperoni pizzas. It's just, and there was like 100 people queuing behind her. And just like, So yeah, wild. So that's another experience that I recommend to all foreigners who are thinking of visiting. Go to the chipper at closing time, or 10 minutes after, 20 minutes after closing time, and just observe. Maybe order ahead, get your chips, and sit down and just watch and enjoy what you witness.
Observe the humanity.
Observe the.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We jumped ahead though. Timeline. Sorry, you were telling a story there before.
No, sliding timeline. No, it's fine. I'd forgotten what I was going to say about the bar. Lovely pub. Just go there. Very nice people. Can't get a bad pint of Guinness in Mitchelstown. That's my experience from yesterday. Unbelievable. I don't know. They've got it. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And then we went from there down to, what was the name of the place? Jeez. That was a funny experience now because
a different sort of.
It was a first for a Wren Hunt.
We really bucked against the advice of the Sherpa on this one. Now we were like, no, we cannot do this. There was I'll give you the backstory. There was a guy in there. He was fully mic'd up. He was performing for the whole pub. This is a kind of a super pub. It's a full, massive, huge pub full of people, and he's blasting out through a PA system on his guitar, and he's got like a foot pedal thing that does the beat and all.
I remember him showing it to you, going, "That's the foot pedal."
I'm like, I am not going to do that.
We're a long ways from foot pedals now, because you have to remember as well, we're 4 or 5 pints in now as well, maybe more. Because how many bars have we mentioned? 3, so, and I think we had 2 in one of those. We had 2 in that, so
yeah,
and whatever kind of pre-drinks we've had, so. We're starting to get a little bit confident, but probably not confident enough to mic up.
No, I'd very rarely be able to play into a microphone.
But like any good Sherpa that force feeds you the lamb, we were force fed the pub.
I was taking no no's.
No, you weren't. You were very resistant to our like, we're not going in, Irene. We're not going in. We're not going to do this. We're not going. Okay, we're in.
Well, now in my defence, I had thought that the aunt of the musician. Had messaged the musician
and told him the story,
and that the musician knew that we were going to come in, and we'd have he'd have an interval, and that you'd play the music, and I'd shake the bucket, and but that text message never sent, so he did not know.
So the whole backstory that got us into the pub, I was like, as in like, they persuaded us to go in, that actually never happened, and so we were in there completely under the fall, and I was talking to this man under the notion that he knew this was all happening.
Give me your guitar.
So I thought, okay, he's in the know. He was expecting this. This is not just out of the blue. But from his perspective, this is 100% out of the blue. Now he's just a complete randomer talking to him, going, "Yeah, I'll play your guitar and use your microphone and everything." And I wasn't drunk, but I was not sober either, you know. And fair play to him. He just let us have it.
Yeah, he's a lovely musician, very popular around town, and a very nice lad.
Yeah. We should probably say his name though.
Kieran O'Gorman.
Yeah, Kieran O'Gorman. He was very, very nice, and like I said, I incredibly trusting and gracious. Because I
wouldn't be inclined to do that with my own equipment.
I would not, no, especially if I didn't know the people at all.
Especially,
like, I mean, I couldn't have been filling in with confidence. You know, going, oh, I don't know, what do you do there? What's that? Do I sing in here? Is that what I'm supposed to sing? I'm supposed to sing in here. Just fair play to him. But again, I think the charity is kind of
you can always lean into that whenever kind of anyone's doubting you.
Yeah. So I sang, then you sang, I think, and then I sang again. That was it. We got out of there then because just can't, like, I at one point, right? So sometimes I try to get into my head to woo the crowd with words first before I start singing, and the spoken word, and try to be funny, and it never works. But I just don't know why. It's just to put myself at ease more than anything else, but it never works. So I said something like along the lines of, "Hi, we're here, blah, 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 and we're here to do this, and look, we're if you don't enjoy us, then it's your fault." Yeah. Something along those lines.
Shame on you.
And I looked up at the barman. I saw the barman just give me this fucking look like, Jesus Christ, what have I left into my pub here now? This could all go horribly wrong. Because there's bouncers everywhere.
Yeah,
there's bouncers everywhere.
Yeah,
they're a big thing in a lot of the pubs here. And
it's generally a town thing, though, isn't it, in Ireland as well? There's like bouncers on pubs now.
Yeah.
But it's only 3 pubs.
Okay.
Yeah. No, not all of them.
Okay, not all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. But this guy here is like going, thank God I've got bouncers, because this could turn into a bouncer situation very quickly. And the second he heard me say that, he just saw him looking up, going, like, he was not impressed. So I've just got to shut the fuck up and just sing, just stop trying to talk to people. I don't know. I'm drunk.
Yeah. But as you said, we were kind of very unsure how this was going to, because we're not singing together anymore either. Like, no, so it was just you by yourself.
Yeah.
Me by myself.
Yeah.
And then you by yourself again.
Yeah.
So very exposed to those tassels. It's like when you're together and you're all swinging tassels together. It's easier than
solo tasseling.
Solo. So I'm not a private dancer. I'm not a private dancer. So
and then after outside, that was when we sang another one for a private show for another group of people who arrived, who very well. Who were they now? They were I can't remember, but they gave us money in the bucket, and then we sang another song outside that pub on the streets. That's where we performed best, on the streets, I believe.
Mm-hmm. This was outside G's, was it?
Yeah. It was good. That went down well, and we were dancing for a little bit as well in there. And
it's funny watching people going up to those bars as well, bouncing as well, because there are all ages wandering around, and like ourselves back in the day, you're going to chance your arm, and maybe you mightn't be 18. I don't know if people are 18 or 19 or 16 or 15. All the ages. I don't know what ages anyone. I can name more numbers. But we did see, myself and Steve were just watching two people come up, and it's like they were walking up to the door, and they were too trigger. They were lighting the trigger in terms of their IDs. They were pulling out their IDs before it got to the door. It was like, oh no, stop, relax. You got to be asked for this first. No, but whatever it was, they managed to get in. So I'm assuming must have been 21, 22. It's 21, 22.
Definitely
24.
There's definitely no underage drinking in Mitchelstown.
No underage drinking anywhere. We're very strict on that.
Doesn't happen. And then we went from there down to, what was the next pub?
We went to Walsh's.
Oh, the Sherpa led us into another fucking lamb situation. lamb eating situation.
Yeah.
And we're at base camp now as well. We only have one more pub to go. So this is base camp.
Yeah.
And
it was full of people. It was full of people, and like we're singing without microphones, so we're all a little bit weird.
Massive bar, so it's got like 3 sections to it. So it's got a front bar was packed, and a middle bar that was packed and playing music that was actually being pumped out from the very far off bar, which is kind of an outside bar, and packed full of young people. Like I'd say, like a lot of the time, say your average age is mid-20s. I think if you added up kind of we'll say the 40-year-olds versus the all 18-year-olds. You're probably at a mid-20 kind of average, and packed, but
it's funny going into these places that like you go in, and especially if places are packed, like people are really looking at you and go, we'll see how you get on here, boy. They really give you like, we'll see how this goes for you. I was like, dude, I've just met you. You don't even know me. Just.
But in fairness to you, Ed, now, and like I hadn't rejected. I said I need to go to the toilet, so I went to the toilet. And when I went to the toilet and came back, Ed had charged. I compared it to him to just the leader of an army, just charging out, really, really leading his troops into battle, because you did have to go right into the center, but there was no place for you to sit, which is normally what we do. We find a little nook, corner to sit down where we can kind of circle around each other and hear each other playing and play along with each other. But you went right into the center. Steve sat down on the cone beside you, and you belted out. What was the first one you belted out?
I think it was
Paddy Works Under Hill.
No, it was oh, well, good evening, all my jolly lads. I'm glad to find you.
Oh, you did, yeah.
That one.
Yeah, you hadn't played that all day. I noticed that. And then you went into Plastic Jesus, which again,
love that.
Absolutely, Plastic Jesus. I think, even though it's kind of for me, it's a song that you really have to listen to as well, like, and enjoy the story of it, because for those probably younger people, if they listen to this, or for indeed people not, our French collection of people who still, by the way, the top listeners in all of Europe, the French,
and the world.
The Plastic Jesus. There's a song about Plastic Jesus, and it'll probably do a better job of explaining it. But a lot of our parents' cars when we were growing up would often have had just this little stick-on Jesus that was stuck in. Did you have one in your car? Did you have a Plastic Jesus in your car? Or maybe a cross, maybe, or something like that?
We had a Padre Pio, I think.
Padre Pio, very popular man.
Padre Pio was the big guy. in the car. Yeah.
But Ed sings a song that I guess you heard it around. It was
Our first Wren. I think I heard that
one
song.
of the first ones. Yeah, in Portumna in Galway, actually Irene's hometown, or home area, should I say, not town. And a fella sang the Plastic Jesus song, which just is how would you describe it?
It's kind of a bluegrassy kind of a song. It's just kind of stuck with me because it was so good, and your man did such a good job in it. And it was kind of made famous by Paul Newman in that movie Cool Hand Luke. He sings the song, and so that was the first place I knew it from. But then your man in Portumna did such a great job in it, and it's quite a simple song to play. And the lyrics are really nice, but everyone loves the Plastic Jesus. It's GCD.
Yep, nice.
It's GCD. Nice, Irene. Everyone just loves that.
As we say
in the biz. And so again, it's GCD. Yeah, so I suppose most people probably know we don't stray far from G, C, and D on days like the Wren Day. But yeah, it was good. People liked that song.
Oh,
and,
it was a hit.
It was a good crack.
You did it obviously in the last pub then as well, did you? I think you did.
I think I did. Yeah, actually, yeah.
It was after that then I joined you then because I was kind of inspired by your leadership, and which I commend you on. You know, but you had said this about Irene, that she puts us into these situations, and it's like sink or swim, and it's like, you know,
she has faith. She has faith in us,
and you swam, and then I joined you then, and I can't remember what the song was.
Dirty Old Town, which again, gets it. You have to have these songs that hook people. And I did. You told Rare
me
Rare
All Mountain Dew, which I fought for a second, but then was like, no, I'll do it. Okay, and then
went down a bomb as well. That was brilliant.
Went down bomb being a good thing in this situation.
A good bomb,
by the way, listeners. A good bomb.
Pleasure bomb,
like a bath bomb.
Sorry, bath bomb.
We both love bath bombs. Me and Irene. Irene and I lived together for 2 years, so we're familiar with.
She's been fighting over the last
with our bodily functions.
I don't think anyone is having a bath in that bathtub.
Oh God, no! God, no!
Barely showering.
It was a disgusting fungus.
Still don't know who.
That's where maybe
still don't know
started.
Who puked on the stairs? Who broke the plates in the kitchen? There's a lot of question marks around those 2 years.
That deserves its own episode. 111.
I don't know who puked on the stairs, but I know who didn't clean the stairs, and that's everyone. Yeah. It was given a kind of a dry wipe kind of a thing, but listen, it was college yet. Different times.
Yeah, different times.
Different
time of learning.
Yeah,
time of learning.
And our immunity is at a higher level.
Now I clean up my puke all the time.
I've grown so much. I take baths regularly.
Yeah, but it went down a bomb, as Ed said. It went down like a bath bomb, and then we were going to wind up, but I kind of pushed you to do one more then as well, because there is an anthem that tends to pull everyone in, and it's one that we've played. We play everywhere we go and all we do, and we're not the only artists to do it. But wherever you go, this one always kills.
And the old triangle.
Fucking beautiful.
I would mind it like that's like the fourth time she's heard it in the day. That was Irene in the background. It was clearly an Irene recording.
Oh my God. I have to say, like, listen back to those recordings. It's so funny because it sounds so much better to my ears when I'm there in the moment, and it just sounds like fucking shit when I listen to it afterwards.
Oh no, it was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Well, that was a 32-part harmony that we went for there with everybody in the pub. I love that song. That song always has people coming in too early. You know, they're always no, not even it was like it's inevitable like that. It'll always have somebody coming in, and like about a second before everybody else. It's great. Hungry for the chorus, is that what they say? Hungry
for the verse.
Hungry for the verse. Okay. And which fucking beautiful. You're right, Irene. It was fucking
the chorus. Actually, you're right in this sense, but it's the phrase is hungry for the verse.
Yeah. But oh god, that was funny. Again, I resisted for a second as well, and then you got philosophical, not philosophical, but you got like, Ed, I trusted you. Now trust me.
Why, Ed? Why?
What is trust?
Why?
But just to say, so it was a packed pub. You were kind of allergic, right? But you went in. You stood outside the women's toilet.
That was a strategic choice.
He was escorting women into the toilet he sang.
I was not escorting
There
anybody.
is video evidence. There's video evidence.
I was merely clearing the way for them to relieve themselves.
Yeah, it was kind of
I was sharpening them.
You were sharpening. But the guys that I
want
was
to see my nipple tassels?
They loved you. Like there's always going to be people that are going to listen and love you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we got a few bob in there as well.
Oh god!
So it was worth it. It was worth it.
It was. You know what? It is. It's really nice going into a place where nobody's any interest and then winning them over. That's a very very satisfying feeling. And then just the nipple tassels just add to that feeling. They accentuate that. So no complaints. No, it was fun. It was good fun. And like especially when you see like people, because you're a bit of an annoyance at first because you're standing in the way and stuff like that. So people are kind of annoyed with you, and then to see those people who are clearly annoyed at you, they're tapping their foot and like singing along by the end of it is very very nice as well. And yeah, it was good, really really enjoyable. That was a nice pub as well, very nice pub as well. But yeah, and. What else?
You met up with the it wasn't his son. Did you meet up with after that? Then
what's his name, Andy?
See, like there's a character in Berlin called Ruth the Flute. Okay, and anyone that's from Berlin listeners knows who I'm talking about because he's kind of infamous. I met him once.
Infamous.
Infamous. Sorry, famous. He became infamous for us because he got really weird. I was outside Villa Wow, a pizza place in Berlin, and we were just sitting down eating, and then he passed by, and someone said, "Oh, Ruth," and he kind of like, because I think I don't know if he's homeless, but he lives off his art, and he's famous, but he's always like playing music outside of an Edeka or outside of a bar or something like that. And he once passed by us, and someone made reference to him, and then he stops, and he starts chatting to you and whatever, and starts playing the music with, and then he eventually asks you for money or whatever, and I think we gave him a few pence or something like that, but I think someone started taking a video of him just playing his flute, and he stopped dead and was like really angry at this recording of it, which I guess I understand in a way that, like, some people are kind of, especially in Berlin, I think maybe there's a privacy kind of thing as well. Like, people don't want recordings on themselves. But similar to like one of our very first podcasts, this guy, Len, he offered a drink to me and to everyone. And for some reason, I took the drink, and I think it was open. It was like, just like, it was a bad call. It was some sort of Jägermeister, the tiny little bottles of Jägermeister.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had a drink with Ruth Food. But again, I'm standing here just like when I ate the soup. I drank the Jägermeister, and I'm still here today. So anyway, get back to your original thing. I Mick the Flute. Was it Mick the Flute? Did I get it right? No, Jack the Flute. Jack the Flute. Fuck it anyways. Jack, I have it now.
I've impregnated your mind.
You have like a fungus.
With error. I have a fungus. Now you have the fungus.
Sorry, yeah. So yeah, we met him outside, and you were banging a bit on the banjo, and then we wandered up to the top of the mountain.
Yes, we wandered back up to the Bowron.
No.
Actually, have we got?
No, we didn't. We have one more. We have one more pub before we got to the Bowron, which was Roaches. Paulie,
like Paul with an IE.
Paulie Roacher, like Big Fat Paulie, but he's not fat. I don't think. Is he big? I don't know if he's fat. I don't know. Sorry, that's a character, Paulie. If you're listening, that's not intended for you. That is a joke, a long running joke in terms of mafia bosses. And
yes,
yeah. But yeah, we went to Paulie Roaches, where you can not only get a good pint of Guinness, but you get your chain fixed on your bike at the same time, because not only do Roaches serve alcohol, they sell and service bikes. And you can go there, and we ended up going to the back of that place, and this is where we ended up finishing the night and playing a few songs, and we even got a gentleman to join us who was great. At this point, we were very tired in our Wren hunt, and voices are disappearing, but it's always good then when someone's eager. Well, it's actually always good when someone else is really eager to have someone else play the guitar. So there was one particular gentleman who just said, "You just say his name, just say his name." So I think it was Aidan Ahern. And so Aidan Ahern was being summoned regularly, and he got up and sang a few songs. He sang Danny Boy, which is not one that I often sing or don't even hear. But I sang Danny Boy, and he sang Sweet 16, a nice song lamenting beautiful 16-year-olds that
are no longer 16.
They're no longer 16. Yes, yeah. It's lamenting. It's a song. If you want to look it up, it's
it's a song about how a guy is looking at the person he loves and like, ugh. Remember when you were younger?
Remember when you
look better.
Mixed feelings. Mixed feelings about the song. Mixed feelings about the song. I'm looking out through the studio window here now, and I can see Ed's lover, who is a fan of the song. She
does like it actually.
Longs for the days when Ed was 16. I think it's different when you change the narrative and just turn it into the guy when you were sweet.
I'd love for her to sing that to me. I'd feel good about that.
I think
I'm noting this down.
Yeah.
I shall have a conversation.
Well, it's being noted on the podcast. So you can put your biro away.
But it is a song you'd hear regularly, and I know I know like it kind of goes on all the local radios. It would always be kind of one of those Sunday classics, you know, when you're making the Sunday lunch and the song is going. We don't have a recording of that or anything of Aidan Lynch or Aidan Coyne. Aidan Ahern. Just said all the Aidens that I know and don't know actually that well, but just Aidens I've heard of before. Aidan Claffey. Aidan, you need a taxi or a bus. I'm just
oh my god!
This episode is sponsored.
Aidan Claffey, the taxi driver from Borriskin, former taxi driver from Borriskin, used to be like the top number in my old Nokia phone, and that man has gotten so many like pocket dials and wrong text messages, you know, and stuff. You know, because sometimes there was a delayed button press in the Nokia, so like what might be the button for the current screen you're on would be the same button for the next screen you're on. You know what I mean? So you press it, nothing happens. You think, oh, I haven't pressed it. So now you press it again. So now that counts as 2 presses. And then that's how Aidan received a text message about monkeys throwing their feces from me one time, randomly.
Really?
I had a text message about monkeys throwing their feces that I was writing to a friend. It was a joke. And I ended up sending it to Aidan Claffey by accident.
No.
Yeah.
His taxi just arrived in front of you.
Reading you loud and clear, Ed.
Yes, I'll be there
code,
too.
I'll put you in 5.
The monkey is throwing the feces. It's time to get here.
God damn, he was good. He was a good taxi driver.
So, yeah, Aidan Ahern or Aidan O'Hearn? Ahern. I don't know wwhy we're actually narrowing down his name.
Because he sang quite a few songs, and he was by the end of it, he was like, "Stop calling me."
He did well. It wasn't us that was calling. We were just the human microphone. Is that what they call it? We were just booming. Anyway, we sang one.
He facilitated him.
Get the clip ready.
Yeah, it's a hangover day, everybody.
It's a hangover day, and so this will be the last clip of this episode, and it's one that we've done before. Ed took us out.
Lovely. Very, very nice.
Well, always a crowd pleaser as well. Anthem by the Waterboys.
Irene, you had something to say there?
Oh yeah, I could hear my voice.
Really? I couldn't hear you there.
Oh, I thought it was.
Was that in there? Yeah. Yeah, that's very good. It was. All the audience participation. There was a woman sat beside us there, and she requested a Cranberry song, and she had a cracking voice in her. And she,
Yeah.
do you remember that?
I
short-haired woman.
I do.
Short-haired woman, yeah.
It's the very first song I ever learned on the guitar, and I think you kind of learned it as well. Was Zombie. Yeah, and that was
very good.
Yeah, I could
It's
do
really good. Everyone really enjoyed that one. Yeah, that was excellent. So that was Zombie, yeah. And she, could I hear her singing beside me, and she really kind of loud, clear voice.
It's one of those songs when it gets to the second verse, though, it's like shit. I didn't learn that. You have the first verse down, and then
the first verse so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just go repeat it again,
So yeah, and that wound us up there then, and then we downed tools and headed back to the Bowron, which is Irene's local, and there was a gentleman playing music there. We had a dance. You remember having a dance?
Yeah. At this stage, the Sherpa had done with her Sherpaing.
She was Sherpaless.
She downed her Sherpa tools and lifted her big pints.
My watch is over.
Yeah.
We had a dance to Teenage Wedding. I don't know if you remember from Pulp Fiction. We did a Pulp Fiction dance. We did we did John Travolta. Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
John Travolta.
I remember it as if it was yesterday. It was yesterday. So it was. Yeah, that was when you got to kind of completely relax.
Yeah. But in fairness, now after the first pub, it's pretty relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Once you,
always an icebreaker. Like it literally is that. It's just like it's for us. It's kind of getting used to the kind of tone of the day as well, and the crowds, because like even though it probably mightn't have been it was hard to get heard in the first pub or because of a lot of sport on. I guess we get a bit more brazen and a bit more confident as after playing one pub, and it's like, right, so we'll just kind of we know not to chase it. I think I fucked up my voice actually in the first pub, because that's what you end up doing, and kind of hunting the wren. You end up chasing songs and feeling like you have to get. It's often the case actually just performing. You feel like you have to get everyone listening to you instead of just playing kind of for yourself, and people will follow. Like,
like we do not deserve to be as confident as we are, because I was looking up lyrics to songs on the drive into the town. This is a 5-minute drive. And I was like, shit, I need to fucking learn these lyrics.
It's Rain Man over here.
Shit. Too many toothpicks. 252 toothpicks.
Well, what are the words of the song?
The song is called 252.
Why has Ed got all these toothpicks? He needs to be learning songs.
Don't know if this is going to help us collect money, Ed. But so back to the bar, and we relaxed a nice bit there. That was a really good old laugh. Sang a few songs there, kind of weren't really allowed to because the guards were about. But we sang one or two songs, and we kind of left then, didn't we?
It's another alien concept to any Germans, I suppose, that are listening, which is guards coming to clear pubs at 11:30.
Yeah.
Which is kind of alien, even as an Irish person, kind of on Stephen's Day as well,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny. But anyways, it's the it's kind of the system here in Ireland sometimes.
Yeah, there's kind of consequences for the publican.
So
they're kind of eager to not get caught for that crack. So yeah, we were ushered, shown out to the street,
Yeah.
and then that's when the feasting began.
the feast, yes, the loaves and the fishes.
Tasty food. Super
It was just fucking carnage. Jesus Christ. So well done to you guys. There was 3 people. It was Steve, Andy, and Deirdre did the ordering, and he came back with like bags of food. So fair play.
We each took a section of the takeaway menu. I was on burgers, Steve was on chicken, and Dee took pizza.
And for a man bemoaning the negative effects of eating lamb on the side of a mountain, you just fucking tucked into like day-old fucking chicken that had been sitting in the oven from Supermax last night. Like it was nothing.
Oh my God, I'm being outed. I'm live television.
I will cut that out. We'll get that out. Cut that out.
Well, I have to be honest now that the bowels are moving, but I don't know if it's to do with the chicken. It's more the amount of tea, Club Orange Shandy, and coffee that I've drank in the last hour. So
I think we're approaching a natural end to the podcast, are we?
There's going to be an unnatural end if we don't end up soon. So I'm gonna have to move this thing along. But on behalf of the Get Folked podcast, Hawk and Twang the band, I want to give a big thank you to Irene and Paddy for hosting this shindig.
Oh God, yeah.
And hosting all the people in their lovely house here in Mitchelstown, for inviting us down, Irene. Thank you so much.
An open invitation anytime. And
To
thanks
everyone that
down.
listens to the podcast, an open invitation. There. You can
Shit.
just we'll post the address in the podcast notes. So yeah, you're all
Such a rookie.
and Mitchelstown, and and a big shout out as well to special friends. I'm not sure if they have a way, if people do want to donate money to a worthy cause. I'm not sure if they have an online presence
I think they do.
local.
I think they could be on Facebook.
Oh, excellent. So we might post something about that. And well, no, we might. It's like a teasing them. We might post that in this charity.
I'll look at my calendar.
It's like, but thank you very much to all the lovely people of Mitchelstown. I don't know, I'm doing a lot of thank yous here.
No, that's it. You're doing great, man.
The people of Mitchelstown. And if you want to donate a little bit of money to that cause, then please do, as it's a worthy cause, not just for the kids but for their families as well, which I guess me as an educator, it's and as us as parents, we understand the respite needed from generally just looking after children, but when they are when there's the extra challenges of what families go through, it's especially appreciated. So special friends here in Mitchelstown. Thanks to Irene, thanks to the people of Mitchelstown, and thanks to all of you for listening to this very croaky and very
nipple tassel
very
heavy.
that's a Sherpa fungus episode. We wish you all a wonderful and happy rest of Christmas, and we'll see you in 2025. Bye.